What is going on, Pass Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we are doing another training camp recap. I believe that this is the third one we've done, but this is the 5th day total of Patriots training camp. So this one is going to be for 8/17/2020. That is August 17th of 2020. And today essentially was one of the first days of real training camp. This is an actual recap. Why do I say that? That's because, of course, today was the first practice with full pads. It wasn't just walkthroughs. It wasn't just little nitty-gritty, little picking at things. Of course, today the media was also present. This is the first time that they've been able to do so for all of the offseason, Of course, the media was limited to the amount of people that were able to come in, but we did finally get some media, which helped with some videos. It helped with getting some more pictures, and of course, essentially all around, helped with just getting some more news than what we've been getting from just the classic Patriots reporters. I think for total, what I was hearing was that the media is allowed in, I believe, 14 to 16 practices, somewhere around then, which if you look at the date, it's already August 17th. And the regular season is right around the bend, so being able to join that many, I think, is going to be really beneficial for us looking to grab some news, for us looking to grab some pictures, and just hear about how the guys are performing. Now, today, the Patriots did bring a big emphasis on the running game and team drills, so that is something to note when we hop into this. Like always, we will start with the quarterbacks. So the quarterback orders for the drill is consistently changing. No guy is getting the starting reps. No guy is getting more reps than the other. On one drill, Hoyer will start. The next it will be Stidham, and then the next it will be Cam Newton. So really, it's between those three guys. As for someone like Brian Lewerke, nothing's changing for him. He is constantly the fourth man. None of us expect him to, of course, make that final roster. So overall, there's not much news on the quarterbacks. There's not much emphasis on what really is going on. Just essentially not a lot of clarity, for lack of better words. All three got equal amount of reps and starting time, like I mentioned. But the big thing here to note is with the three of them, of course, Stidham, Hoyer, and Cam Newton, is that Stidham has looked the best. He's looked the best out of everything we've heard, and especially today, but keep in mind that is still a small sample size. So while Stidham is performing very well, keep in mind that we're not able to see everything fully. As for Cam Newton did a little bit of Cam Newton things. He had one rush attempt today. He definitely is not shying away from contact, although the one rush was for a minimal gain. So, if anybody's worried about the injuries or anything like that, it seems like Cam Newton himself is not worried, and he's a full go and is going to be the regular Cam Newton that he always is. As for 11-on-11s, Stidham was the best for 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s. Stidham went 4 for 4, while Newton went 1 for 1, and Hoyer went 1 for 4. For 7-on-7s, Stidham went 3 for 3, Newton went 3 for 4, and Hoyer went 2 for 3. So as for the running backs, both Sony Michel and Lamar Miller were both not there, which is a very interesting aspect. From what we've been hearing lately, they have both been at practice, but they've been more on the sideline getting those mental reps and not the physical reps because they are still on the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list, which they can be taken off at any time. Personally, I would expect Lamar Miller to be taken off before Sony Michel. I think Sony Michel is actually dealing with some stuff while they're just trying to be cautious with Lamar Miller. But like I said, both are still on PUP and were not present. For all the Damien Harris fans out there, Damien Harris was the featured back today, and he is getting a lot of work. He is getting a lot of looks. With Sony Michel and Lamar Miller being out, with Brandon Bolden opting out for the season, this is really the best case scenario for someone like Damien Harris, and he's making his name heard. And like I said, him being the featured back today, that's going a long way. So really good progression there from him. Now, as for UDFA signing J.J. Taylor, he did have a dropped pass, and because of that, of course, had to run a lap. But he is looking really nice out there. He's looking really athletic, and the type of comparison that I keep seeing when looking at J.J. Taylor is a lot like Dion Lewis. So as for Jakob Johnson, because he's kind of getting mixed in with running backs because he's essentially the only fullback, he had a solid day as the Patriots starting fullback. Essentially not too much to say about that. Now, guys, real quick, there is no shortage of action going on with our exclusive partner, BetOnline. As we all know by now, sports are slowly making their way back with UFC, NASCAR, and soccer leading that pack, and BetOnline has the best odds and lines for the upcoming matches this weekend. Of course, if you're like Patriots Global, I need more than that. Like always, I got you covered because BetOnline has simulated NFL, NBA, and UFC events happening every single day, and they are live for you to check out whenever you want. Of course, if you're looking for something other than that, like always, I got you covered because they got more than just sports. BetOnline has hundreds of live casino games, poker tournaments, and all of the best props in the business. If you guys are interested, go ahead and visit betonline.ag or use your mobile device and join now to receive your new welcome bonus and start playing today. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Now, moving on to the wide receivers, and we're going to start off with some news that is going to upset many, many Patriots fans. I have gotten so many questions about this guy, and I'm sure you're already typing in the comments asking about him, and I'm sure you already know who I'm talking about. This is going to be Jeff Thomas. We've heard nothing about Jeff Thomas. A lot of people are getting concerned. I feel like this is something that I might just need to make a video on because Jeff Thomas, again, was not there at practice. Now, was he at other practices prior to today? We're not sure, but nothing was heard from him. Nothing was seen from him. So a lot of people were speculating, and now that media was there and he wasn't seen, there is some concern on, okay, what is actually happening with Jeff Thomas? Because a lot of people feel he could be the diamond in the rough for the Patriots and could be a game changer. But, of course, with no preseason, him not being there is taking a big toll on the possibility of him making this upcoming roster. Now, Julian Edelman and Cam Newton connected on a nice intermediate route today. Jacoby Myers had to run a lap after fumbling. Gilmore apparently punched that one out. Devin Ross blew by Jawan Williams for a 50-yard touchdown. Brian Hoyer made the throw, and let me tell you, Devin Ross, keep that name heard, because he is looking really, really good so far in camp. He's been with the Patriots for a little while, a few seasons, but never essentially makes the roster. The Patriots kind of stacked at the position, but I mean, if he just continues to do as well as he does, maybe he's someone that squeezes his way onto the active roster. So again, watch out for wide receiver Devin Ross. Now, moving on to the tight end position, there's not too much to say about the tight ends. There wasn't much news, but of course, Devin Asiasi had yet again another solid day, was involved a good bit, still looking like he is the main tight end being used. No surprise there. Now, while all of the tight ends were working on their routes, Dalton Keene, the rookie, was spending most of his time with fullback Jakob Johnson and working with the running backs. So really interesting little tidbit there. Now, as for the offensive linemen, I mean, we finally got some news here about the offensive linemen and a little bit about the defensive linemen too, which we haven't gotten at all yet. But the offensive linemen and the run game easily got the better of the defense today. Is that just to showcase how well the offensive line is doing, or is that to showcase what I've been saying this whole time, and that the Patriots need to really bulk up at run stuffers within the interior of their defensive line because of the issues that they had last season? I don't know, only time will tell, but something to monitor there. Now, as for Jermaine Illuminor, we all know that the Patriots made a trade for him last season. He was a guard with the Baltimore Ravens. Didn't really get much time with the Patriots, got some time due to injury and whatnot, but he was yet again playing at the starting right tackle reps. He's been the guy that has been getting a lot of those. So, again, another really interesting tidbit to watch there. Only one note here for the defensive lineman, and that is Bo Allen. Bo Allen was not there. We don't know why he wasn't there, but of course, something to monitor because he's a big piece of trying to replace Danny Shelton because, I mean, besides Bo Allen, who do the Patriots have to be able to take over for the loss of Danny Shelton? As for the linebackers, rookie linebacker Anthony Jennings was not present today. Another guy we don't know why. Really curious on why a lot of these guys were not there. I mean, Anthony Jennings. You also have, of course, Jeff Thomas and Bo Allen. So hopefully nothing, bad is happening, and hopefully it was just a day miss, because I think Anthony Jennings will be another important piece this upcoming season. Josh Uche was very, very busy today. He got a lot of action after starting reps. He's been a guy that's looking pretty good, and it's looking like he could play a good factor as long as, he performs well. As for Scooter Harris, he had a PBU, a pass broken up on a throw from Newton. And essentially that's it for the linebackers. As for cornerbacks, there was no news. So then we move on to the safeties. Rookie safety Kyle Duggar stood out yet again today, guys. He is looking extremely, extremely well, which I love to hear, because so many people hated this pick and so many people got on the Patriots for selecting him just because he didn't come from a big college. And he is looking really, really good out there, and he's getting a lot of reps, and again is just standing out a lot. So that's all we got for the safeties, and now we move on to the special teams. Patriots rookie kicker Justin Rohrwasser went 3 for 5 in live drills. All attempts were from the 40 to 50 yards out, and he hit one, and one of them hit the upright. Now, lastly here, kind of on the returner side, it was J.J. Taylor, Gunnar Olszewski, and Isaiah Zuber returning punts today. Taylor also muffed a punt and had to run a lap. So, J.J. Taylor, he's looking good. He's looking athletic, kind of compared to a Dion Lewis. But you're also stacked up against all the other running backs the Patriots have. And when you're making these mistakes, for anybody that's a J.J. Taylor fan, hate to break it to you, but he's not going to make this final roster. But that is going to be it for today's video, guys. This was the first day in pads, and this was the first day that media was let in. Like always, I will be covering the rest of the Patriots training camp for at least the days that we get news on these guys to be able to do a recap. So if you're not subscribed yet, remember to hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys check out the 2 other training camp recap and update videos that I made if you guys are interested in hearing them and hearing how some of these other guys are doing and whatnot. And remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already. It really helps me and the channel out. But like always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.